Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube? NES Roller, and welcome to a brand new review. And this time around I'll be checking out a film that was sent to me review by Synapse Films, and you can pick this up on Blu-ray at all your favorite online retailers. It is a film from the year 2018. It is a documentary titled Invaluable, the true story of an epic artist. So this is another documentary about the Evil Dead. I feel like there's been a lot of special features and stories based on the Evil Dead over the years through all the numerous editions of all three films. Well, now it's 5 films, the original trilogy that have come out over the years. And this is another one. And this one focuses on Tom Sullivan's role in the franchise. And you guys don't know who Tom Sullivan is. He was the special effects artist in the first 2 films. He made all the stop motion, all the effects, everything that you see in the first 2 films, as well as the short that the Evil Dead is based off of that they shot prior to making the feature film. And you learn about Tom Sullivan's life and the hardships that he had throughout his life, especially in his in his 30s and his 40s, where he tragically lost his wife in a boating accident. And then he got in a bad bike accident and he hit his head and he became very depressed. So he battled a lot of challenges throughout his life. But he's just a really talented guy and able to do a lot of stuff without a lot of money. But again, like I said, there's been a million things about the Evil Dead at this point. And this is once again just another kind of a rehashing of the story about how the Evil Dead came to be, just from a different crew member's perspective. Now, they do have a lot of people in this movie. They got Bruce Campbell. They got a lot of the actors who were in the Evil Dead. They didn't get Mr. Raimi, but they got his brother. So there's a lot of people in this film who were associated with the Evil Dead, and they just talk about stories. Now, I feel like it's probably the biggest knockback with this film. I feel like it really doesn't have too much of a structure. I feel like with a documentary that revolves around somebody's life, it's pretty easy to have a pretty linear structure when it comes to a documentary about a person. But I feel like this one, it's just all over the place. It really doesn't have a concrete purpose to it. And I feel like, it kind of hurts the film. It's definitely a lower budget documentary, you could tell through just the way that it's filmed and things like that. Nothing against that. A lot of documentaries are low budget, but like I said, I feel like the biggest knock against this one is it really doesn't have too much of a structure. But I still did enjoy it for what it was. I feel like, it was interesting to learn about Tom Sullivan and his journey and who he is as an artist. He's always at Cinema Wasteland quite frequently showing off of his work. I've seen it a couple times now, and his stuff is really, really sweet. And to see how it's held up and at the same time degrade over the years is a really fascinating thing. So just a release here from Synapse. You got another bonus documentary about John Becker, who was associated with the Evil Dead. I just skimmed through it. I didn't watch all of it, to be honest with you, but that's on there. And then you have a vintage spotlight from 1989 about Tom Sullivan, and then an unedited interview with the DP of the Evil Dead, which once again goes into further details of talking about the movie. It's basically what we see in the documentary, but all the parts that were edited out is in this interview. And then another interview, extended interview with Josh Becker, same thing with that one. Some trailers, and then 2 short films, and the behind the scenes of those short films. So, a package-filled release here from Synapse for a documentary. There's quite a few features on here. And you have your usual Synapse sales booklet that you usually always get with every Synapse release. And then you have the disc with the Book of the Dead on there. It's a really cool artwork of Mr. Sullivan and all of his journeys throughout the film industry, and on the back here. So, a solid release from Synapse, something that they usually don't do. They've done a couple documentaries. They did that one on Pet Sematary, and now they put out this one. I think they released a couple other ones. I can't remember. But, you know, it's always cool to see documentaries on the horror genre, and particularly on a person. So I'm always willing to learn about whoever that may be. So, not too much else to say about this one. If you guys are fans of Evil Dead and you'd like to learn more about it, you're probably going to know some of the stuff that's in this. But if you're not that familiar with the Evil Dead, you probably want to pick it up and give it a watch. You can definitely tell this was made by somebody who loves Cinema Wasteland, so I'll just leave it at that. So, picture quality is a documentary, like I said, lower budget, so it's not the best cameras used, but it's a documentary. It's fine. It is what it is. Sounds fine for what it is. No bad audio, which is always a plus with a documentary. So, that is my review of Invaluable. Like I said, you can pick this up on Blu-ray at all your favorite online retailers. If you guys like this review, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. Follow me on letterboxd.com/NESRuler22. Hope everybody's doing well, and I shall talk to you guys soon. See you guys.